Hi, my friends. I'm here in beautiful Ramona, California at family camp with my family, and we're packing up to leave. But I just wanted to take a few minutes to do a little video and share something that's been on my heart. We're doing a book club for The Deceived, and this week on Friday we talked about chapter 3 in The Deceived. And what I love about being a writer is God kind of gives me this picture before I actually write of the entire scene, so I can see it being played out as I'm writing. And in chapter 3, Danny's family goes to lunch after church, like a lot of families do, and they're walking up to the restaurant, and there's this homeless man sitting outside the restaurant. And Danny's response is to take $5 out of his pocket and hand it to the guy. Why? Well, he just came from church, and at church they learned about the Good Samaritan. And the pastor talks about how we can all do something to help someone else. If we have the means, we should do that. So Danny really feels like, hey, I just learned about this and I'm putting it into action, and he gives the guy $5. Well, his sisters get on him about it, and they say, it's a good thing Dad didn't see you do that. I have to tell you guys, as I was writing this scene, there were so many emotions going on inside of me as I was describing the homeless man and how dirty and smelly he was and all the bags that were surrounding him. And then to think about these Christians walking by him, 3 of them, and only one chooses to do something. And Danny and his sister, Danny kind of argues a little bit with his sisters, but then lets it go, and they sit at a table, and he watches the homeless man while the rest of his family come in. And he watches while the homeless man sticks his finger in an empty water bottle, trying to get the last drop of water out of the bottle. And that pierced my heart, as I think it did Danny's. Because here we live in a land of abundance. And I'm guilty too of sometimes not doing anything. And sometimes not doing enough. Because Matthew 25, Jesus tells this parable about when you get to the kingdom of heaven, and how it's a parable. So he says, the king says to the servants, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me in. And he goes on, and when I was in prison, you came to visit me. When I was naked, you clothed me. And the people say to the king, but when did we do that? And the king says, whenever you do this to the least of these, you have done it to me. And friends, that's what it's all about. Is helping one another. Is taking the time to do something. Now, I know the arguments because I've been there too. And if you give a homeless person money, you don't know what they're going to do with it. But notice, like, Jesus didn't say when you give money. He said when you feed the hungry, when you give the thirsty something to drink, when you clothe the naked. There's so much for us to do that is within our means. And so my question today is, do you choose to do that? And my encouragement is, regardless of what you've done or not done or felt in the past, you can still do that. My husband and I live in Southern California, and we toured the San Diego Rescue Mission. It's been 2 years ago, I think, when I was writing The Beloved. Because you get just a tiny glimpse of the homeless in The Deceived, but in The Beloved, that's a big part of it. And so I really wanted to tour a homeless shelter and see what it was all about. And I tell you, my husband and I fell in love with the mission. We fell in love with the people. We fell in love with the program. And something they do is they disciple the homeless people. And like my husband and I started talking about that, and we're like, okay, well, so what all it will cost us is time and gas. And so we went down there once a week for months, discipling homeless people. And you guys, it has been such a blessing to be able to pour our lives out into other people's lives. So if you live in Southern California, I encourage you to check out a place like the Homeless Mission or like the San Diego Rescue Mission. I encourage you to do outreaches that feed the homeless. One of the small things I've done for years is during the summer, before I leave the house, I don't grab one water bottle, I grab two. Because inevitably, when I pull off the freeway at some point, I'm going to see someone with a sign asking for help. And you know what? I can give them a bottle of water in Jesus' name. And I can meet a tangible need that they have. Clean out your clothes this summer and take them and donate them. Donate them to your church if they have an outreach. Donate them to a local organization that has an outreach. You can do so much. There's so much that's within your means. If you walk into the grocery store and you see a homeless person on the way in, buy them something like a bagel. And when you walk out, just hand it to them. Sometimes that's all it takes. And the world will know we are Christians by our love. It's very true. But we need to start loving. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm excited to say The Deceived will be out before you know it, in just 6 months. And, did I say The Beloved will be out in just 6 months. If you haven't read The Deceived yet, I encourage you to pick it up. And you can even join our book club. We're only 1 week into it, so you don't have much to catch up on. All that information is on my page. God bless you guys. Go out and change the world.